everyone, and welcome back. Today we're going to be approaching a deck that we thought the bans were going to help, but Is It Prowess remains on top thanks to House of Mana MTG racking up an incredible record of 9-0 in the MTGO challenge. It's Magic the Gathering Online for anybody that doesn't understand what that means. Vivi, as we all know, has an incredible activation of 0 mana, make any amount of blue or red that we want based on its power. And when our entire deck is based around casting cantrips like Opt and Sleight of Hand, along with removing things that are a requirement for us to live with, using like Into the Flood Maw and Torch the Tower. But the other kind of awesome card that we get to play is the Planisphere. This has Job Select on it, a new mechanic from Final Fantasy that allows us to cast spells, put 1/1 counters on it, and it works incredibly well with Vivi, as you can see in one of our matches. But with that said, we're going to go ahead and dive right in. If you all enjoy the content, please consider subscribing. It helps out the channel a ton, and let's go game. Yeah, I think we're ready to keep this in. This hand's pretty good. We have the Torch if needed. We can play our Surveillance right away. Chaser isn't bad. We can play it post kind of our Philosopher here. Obliterating Bolt's possible. If they play a fetch, not necessarily a fetch land be that great. This can go up to 3 toughness and we can still answer it and then start getting counters here. But I think we just established Storm Chasers and look to torch this. But I am going to wait. And the reason I'm waiting is because there could be a 2-drop that's much more important. There's the fetch. Sure. Sure. The problem could be that they have a protection spell, of course, but this land enters tapped. Huh? Sure. Okay. Well, do we go for removing it? I think so. Here. Here. Yeah, maybe we were just supposed to torch it, 'cause now it kind of costs us more cards, right? But we'll see. Ooh. Okay. Fair. Play this. Counter. Obviously, there's 0 chance that they block here. There's literally 0 chance that they block. So we're not even going to waste time pretending that they will. We're going to get that out of the way. We're going to attack for 3. And then we have some good looks. Will they play another one? Is this a land here for 2? It is. Sure. Go Sleight of Hand. Pretty good. Do Sleight of Hand number 2. Now the thing for them is like they don't have to worry about cards like Monstrous Rage, of course. Let's cast, I don't know, additional Sleight of Hand. Let's just play 3 the same card in a row. Another Torch is pretty good. This is 9 damage. Let's attack, see if they block. We want to do this anyway, so I'm gonna put 11 damage on them, which makes it incredibly hard for them to attack because there's a lot of damage on board, including a 6/6. Like, the only way I can even imagine dying here is like Bristly Bill and shenanigans like that. Like, this is never getting there. There's a Lockhart, and they're tapped out. Well, with 1 card, I can't see where I die. Especially if I just answer the Lockhart, right? They have to block this. So buy back here. Buy back the Torch. And then I can torch the bird. They have to block with one of these. They don't have a choice. If I die from here with the Tifa Lockhart, I die from here with the Tifa Lockhart, right? Like, where we're at. Wesley Bill? Sure. I dead here to the Tifa Lockhart? It's crazy. It's gonna be really close. It's 2 lands. Goes to 3 to 6 to 12. It's so close. That's crazy to me. Bill? It was close. I think this is also a one of, by the way, but I think I drew 4 torches. I say one of, not less necessarily in like a negative sense. Well, honestly, I'm probably just supposed to play it a turn slower and just like let their stuff establish. Maybe make them block with this and then torch the Lockhart because the Chocobo obviously isn't really going to get there. But either way, we got there. Cool. For first, no red. Sure. I mean, we have so many looks, right? That it feels like we should be able to find one in a, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 draws? Blue-white sword, maybe? Blood hand. Sure. Another one of these. They didn't choose to ban this one, huh? They said this town ain't big enough. Too good. Which, alright, so it is just Guy Convoke, sure. Only, ooh! Combat. Vivi. Okay. It might go for like a knight here or something. Knight does rotate along with these, I guess. Case, okay, sure. All right. Sure. Hopefully they don't have another case. Because now we'll get the op, flood maul, stock up, all that good stuff, right? This gives a +1 if that attacks. Oh, here comes the knight. Sure. Oh, it taps all of them. Interesting. They don't have a white mana, but they do find a 1-drop. Okay. Could use a 1/1 against hexproof stone on the turn, untap it. I think we start off with Nop. Let's see what's up here. Because we do have like a chance to technically get there. So we take the Flood Maul. So if I cast Magic Damper, it'll be a spell +1, go to 4, cast stock up, maybe find an untapped land, Flood Maul. I think it's really, really close. It should be lethal. I just have to find it. Blue. Let's cast stock up first. But it does not matter, I guess. I wasn't paying that much attention. Bounce here. And we get there regardless. Sweet. I just assumed I was going to have to bounce both creatures. I guess I didn't realize that I was going to have 15 across. But okay. A couple of 1-ofs in his hand. But sure, I suppose. Row and I think Obliterating Bolt's also a 1-of. I could be wrong about that. We might play 2 bolts. But I never remember, dude. I play so many different decks. It kind of the number changes all the time. Blue-black. We all kind of know what that means. This is a sorcery. I'm going to just hold the op, though. Kind of save it for Vivi. Maybe even the Row, but we'll see. There's a good land to follow into. And the other thing is, if I could play Vivi and then play Row, I'm fine with that. Let's go to combat. Deck. Could also just wait, but I think with a Cauldron in the deck, We'll just slam Vivi and let it get removed here. Hopefully they use something like a go for... Oh, it's just a Drowner. Okay, so they're probably going to tuck it. They're going to hit me for 2, maybe. Tuck away the creature, I would assume. Just like 0 chance they let Vivi stay around. There could be like a Kaito exchange. Oh, now they cut down? Interesting. Well, team. Jamming this. They have a counterspell. They have a counterspell. Do not. Let's make an otter.
Oh, crock, I'm an otter. Thanks for the
Let's
helping
pass. Make their flash creatures a bit weird. Maybe they have a mastermind and they're looking to wait till I draw 3. Interesting spot. Well, I mean, we're definitely going to block this. There's just no way we're not. Okay. Have a removal spell for the other? No? Definitely blocking. Sure. Does this just have hexproof? It does. Is that hexproof till end of turn? Play Vivi. Draw 3 cards and then discard 2. Pop that off.
Analyze, iterate.
Okay, we discard 2, so it'll be here, and I guess opt, maybe? We can play Island, cast a sleight of hand, figure our Vivi up.
Gotta work with what's available.
Okay, I guess I'll take one of those. Then we'll just obliterating bolt here. As we cast all these spells, Rao's obviously going up in value. And then I guess we pass. Rao's at 4, so realistically they don't have a great attack. They could play land and bring up the Reef. Then it's whether or not we... here, I guess. Got 5 toughness. They had a way to actually answer the Rao. Kaido, sure. That takes 3. And I guess that makes sense. But if we would have blocked it differently, then the issue would have been... I can still activate it here. So we go stock up.
I am confident this will work.
Oh, all these are good. We can do get out. We can do sleight of hand. Because I kind of want to counter their creature, I guess. Yeah, so let's go get out and let's grab this opt here, I guess. Actually, let's just grab sleight of hand. Then we can just go island, tap island, cast sleight of hand. All these will trigger up.
Well,
maybe we'll find another instant speed spell. It's kind of why I wanted to take the opt, but unfortunately we're just not going to be able to. And I get the Soul Cauldron, which is super sweet. And then choose one, counter target creature spell or enchantment, blah, blah, blah. Let's move to combat. I don't even have to activate Vivi here. Counter target creature or enchantment spell. Counter there.
New world
then I can just answer Kaido, and our opponent just doesn't even want to bother playing the game anymore, which is pretty sweet for us. Our opponent is first, and this is going to be a weird hand because typically with how aggressive the meta was prior to the bans and stuff, this hand would be really, really good. Just because of how much removal we have, and it seems like that's still going to be the case. Torch here. Get it out of the way. Go land, maybe torch something else. Maybe bolt something. These do exile, so it's great. Oh. For some reason I saw the green. I was like, oh, wait, is this a different deck? No, it's not. Not at all, actually. It's the same deck it just was. Sleight of hand here. We need to find something, and Vivi is a fantastic start to that. Then we'll pass. Maybe a hop to it is in order. All patch, okay. Answer that. And now we jam a Vivi, because even if a Shelter by Ghost comes along, we can still obliterating bolt it, and then We can pay the ward and we'll get our Vivi back. Ooh, okay, sweet. We can attack for value if they'd like. Knight comes in. Alright, this is kind of a great target for the Obliterating Bolt, but not really. Just a finish. Sure. Let's start off with the cast of an Opt. So thank you. Agatha's Soul Cauldron is a card of the Gathering that I can use. No, I would not like to use my Vivi to cast my Storm Chaser's talent. Thank you. Like, what are we doing? Game is just... The game wants to throw sometimes so hard. So, a little part of me wants to Obliterating Bolt here, but I also just want to wield this Regent. Although, I guess I can just cast the Regent next turn, right? Yeah, I suppose so. As long as, obviously, Vivi survives. Problem is, these are going to put counters everywhere. My answer, the biggest thing. You could argue I go for this as my answer, but... I feel like with just this hit, I have, like, a little bit of room to feel pretty comfortable. Then I guess I can just play the Cauldron. Might as well just do that. And then we can attack if we want. Maybe I just should. So that also puts them in range pretty well, right? I understand, like, it just... I can't think of, without red, a way that I'm dead here. So I'm not that concerned. Even that doesn't necessarily concern me that much. And +1/+1, sure. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's not a lethal amount, so I just let it go, I think. Nothing in any yard, right? Oh, okay. A land. Well, I suppose I should start with a cycle here. They really want me to do that, don't you? Like, every chance they can. They're just wanting me to activate this Vivi. Okay. Well, I wasn't really thrilled of that, I guess. Let's go here. If I go Row, I can draw 3, I guess. Yeah, I suppose. And then maybe we'll find something.
I'll save you once. There's evidence here somewhere.
There's our something. What's this? I play a lot of them. Then they'll pick that up and we'll find the lethal. Fortunately for them. But maybe this is a leave situation. All patch is going to trigger. We have counters around. And that is game. So I would assume this is a salty tilt and leave. So we'll be back whenever the game ends. Alright, with that, they time out all their timeouts. So the paw patches will auto select. And now get removed and put in their hand. And then we just go to combat and hit them for lethal. Very cool. We win another one in a tight spot. Or a bounce spell plus a Vivi just goes absolutely crazy. And we win the game. Very cool. Yeah. We'll keep this. I kept a 1-lander last game and had like 5 looks and missed the second land. So I just kind of picked them up and moved on. And now we're here. I can play a tap land or I can torch something. And then we have a Roaring Furnace. So kind of depends what our opponent's on. If they're like blue-black aggro, we have a couple of answers. If they're mono-red, then maybe we have a couple of answers. Yes, if that's the case, I should play this. Torch their 2-drop. Oh. Okay. I mean, yeah, I guess. Take 3. Interesting. Play here. Pass it up. Vivi's going to be pretty good in this against a match like this, it seems. Counter that. There's a torch. It's actually a fantastic find. I'll take the land. We'll go for a cauldron just to set it up for if we do find the Vivi and whatnot, but we'll see. Sure. Uh-huh. They're in step, so we'll barrel this. See if they save it or not. They don't. Okay. Interesting. I think they're just burn, to be honest with you. I'm going to actually play a Row here, then plus and make a token. Try to kind of block off some stuff. Maybe something like a Lightning Strike or something's going to get sent Row's way. Maybe a shock, maybe 2 shocks. A little unsure. Burst Lightning. Sure. A 1/1's here. If they play any creature and give it any amount of haste, Obliterating Bolt. Yeah, they're just a burn style deck. I'm left with a 1/1. Not that opposed to. Stock up. Oh, Vivi's great. We'll just grab another stock up as well. Then I will play a Cauldron. Then do I just like hold here? Do I attack? They have 1 creature left. I think I just hold. The 1/0. Yeah. Having a braid for my Cauldron. Be kind of gross, wouldn't it? I don't have anything in my yard, dog. Don't worry about that. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and exile your creature. See if I can't make my 1/1 a bit bigger. You invest in your burn spell. Witchstalker Frenzy. Sweet. Okay. Now that land can't do anything because I had to fully tap out, so that's pretty dope for us. We go Vivi. Go here. Vivi's now 1/4. You have to find something. I don't have any creature anywhere, so it doesn't really matter. Did you find an Obliterating Bolt? If so, that's pretty sweet. 5 damage to target creature without flying. Sure. Does not get exiled, so that's pretty good for us. Now it doesn't even matter. Your graveyard, we exile Vivi. We put a counter on our 1/1. Who's the strongest Vivi of them all? Isn't that right, Otter? You're the strongest Vivi of them all. That's the same kind of context on it, right? Sweet. Sweet, I guess. Oh, here. Torch is pretty sweet. Everything's pretty sweet. Oh, this can have a counter on it, which is nice. There's a combat. Attack. Then I'll end turn. They don't reanimate the land. Okay. Here it is. Sure. Sure, sure, sure. No creature anywhere, I don't believe. Nope. That's fine. No mana to make, obviously. Vivi's only on your opponent's turn. Or only on your turn, not on your opponent's turn. I lied. I'm a liar. Alright, my turn. Roaring Furnace. 3 there. Yes, sir. Then I guess activate here for blue. Ooh, just unlock that, right? Right here. Combat, attack for 2. We could have hold, but I think the biggest creature I think that they can play here is a Screaming Nemesis. Maybe they don't have a removal spell or something. But also, what if we do some weird shenanigans? Like, I don't know, activate this up. Back a stock up. Then I can't level that up quite yet. Let's cast stock up. Grab Blood Maw. Let's grab Vivi and another Planisphere. Then we can go ahead and play either Planisphere or Vivi. I guess I'll just play a Vivi. Then I'll move to combat for 3. Then I'll pass. Get another draw. It's like weird because torches can't go face, which is like one of the reasons maybe in best of one this should be a burst lightning or something. But with Vivi being such a popular deck, potentially you might have to play torches just for the chance that you can shoot it in a spot like this. Kick there. No creature anywhere, I do not believe. So Cauldron's doing its best, but here I do not think it matters. So we're going to get to do something super sweet. I don't know if anybody's ever seen this. You can equip this equipment. We cast another one, and as you'll see, it'll get 2 counters from the equipment and the other thing. Now we'll job select, move the other equipment over, cast an opt, and then Vivi's going to get 3 counters per cast of a spell. Opt is Scry 1, draw a card, make 3 mana, essentially, right? Because this comes in, job select, makes token. We move this over, we cast opt. This gets a counter from here, here, and from here, and then it goes up. So we start at 5, and then we can go on from there by like leveling this up all the way to the final mode or whatever. Maybe even we just double torch it because that's going to be lethal, right? Because if it's getting 3 counters, it goes to 5. We torch it, it goes to 6, 7, 8, and then we can torch it again, going all the way up to 11 right away. And that's very cool. Very cool way to win. So who would have saw it coming? Vivi is an absolute monster because Wizards tends to do this thing where they love to make a 0 mana spell that's conditional. One of the things that come to mind is Once Upon a Time, where it's kind of an okay card, but then they gave it the ability to be cast for free. And Vivi kind of, to me, feels like that, where like the idea behind it is a very good and fun card, right? I think this card is an awesome design. I think it's designed really, really well. But they just put the 0 mana activate on there, and that is where Vivi is quite crazy, and the fact that it's an activated ability just means things like Cauldron let it run amok and go wild with any other type of creature, and I think that's where this card is also really good. This is basically our new Corey Steelcutter whenever we're talking about what cards run well in this deck. Because, one, we cast spells, it puts a counter on itself, and Agatha Soul Cauldron obviously loves that if we ever have it, and we do dig quite a lot, so it's very possible we find it, and we never typically need a second one. But the thing about this is, like we saw in that last game, if we can ever equip it on a Vivi, it's just absolutely GG. And Opt is a draw card and a ritual at that point, and it's just like casting Manamorphose that nets you a ton more mana because it's doubling. It's like whenever you have, it's not a Past in Flames, but it's not Aria Flame either, I don't believe. Maybe that's right. Whatever one doubles from the graveyard that they used to be doing in Modern. So that's kind of what it feels like whenever you're casting Opt and you have activated a Vivi. If you have a Planisphere attached to it, same with things like Sleight of Hand or Stormtacious Town, doesn't necessarily draw us a card. But putting 2 counters on here typically means we're going to be able to activate that level 2 for basically no cost at all. But one of the other really unique cards and fun cards in this deck is Magic Damper. This is a card I've seen people go up to 4, down to 1, and it's a card that I think snuck in with Final Fantasy that we didn't really realize. A lot of times blue has ways to give hexproof, but this is just a Snakeskin Veil, essentially, for us. And it also untaps the creature. It's just like they added a couple things on there, and they gave it a little bit of extra oomph to make it be better than what we would normally expect from a card like this. Target creature gets a 1/1. And gains hexproof until end of turn. Untap it. I guess it's not a counter. I thought it was a counter. So it's not as bad where it's just like it gives a 1/1 and then hexproof. But this card goes so far with Vivi that it's monstrous. It's also like the same thing where we cast this. If we have the Philosopher on Planisphere on it. I keep wanting to call it the Philosopher's Stone from like oh man, Full Metal Alchemist. I think that's what they're called in there. I keep wanting to call this the Philosopher's Stone, so I don't know why I'm doing that. But if these are attached and then you get to cast Magic Damper, it's just so good and has so much value. And then Ral is obviously cool as a one of. I think there's a couple more maybe in the sideboard. Maybe I'm wrong. Enduring Curiosity being in the sideboard is awesome. Fairy Mastermind, even though this will rotate out. Fire Magic is a card that kind of rotates in and out of the main board and sideboard that I've seen quite a lot as well. But overall, I hope you all enjoyed the video. I'm going to call it there. And I know it's a bit of a short one, but we kind of know what this deck does. For the most part, we've seen it for a while, so I didn't want to spend too much time playing it necessarily today. Even though I do think one of the more fun cards is this one. I think this is a lot more approachable than Corey Steelcutter because, again, once you answer the creature, kind of just get to move on from there. It doesn't keep making creatures. Then it's just an equipment that you can attach on to others. It just happens to work really well with Vivi. So, like I said, I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll catch you in the next one. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.